Hi there, Sharon Amesu here. I hope that you are well. So I've been thinking about this question for some time. And the question is, what should be the ultimate objective of law, of politics, and I would contend even business? What should be the ultimate goal, the ultimate objective of law and politics and business? And I would say that it's the welfare of the people. It's the well-being of the people, the success of the people. And that really that reflection for me came into its own because I've been studying Latin, as I've mentioned in a previous post. I'm really excited about it. One of the reasons why actually is because when I was in practice as a barrister, there were so many Latin phrases that were completely awash in our legal terminology, and so many of the legal principles that we espoused are based on Latin maxims and aphorisms and so on. And so I've always just been fascinated by how much law is impacted by Latin, but how much our own language is impacted and formed and shaped by Latin. And so I thought, let me go and actually do some study. And so I've got a tutor and it's really exciting. And we've been looking at various maxims. And one of the ones that's really struck me is this one. Now I'm going to try to pronounce it. If you speak Latin, please know that I'm not seeking to teach Latin here. I'm just sharing some reflections. So here we go. It's Salus Populi Suprema Lex Esta. Salus Populi Suprema Lex Esta. And one of the things that's quite fascinating that my Latin tutor shared with me is that you can't take Latin literally in certain instances. There has to be an inference. One has to look at what the context of the words coming together mean, as opposed to literally looking at each word. And in this context, it's actually the origins of that phrase is Cicero. And he said this, and he said essentially that the objective, the goal, the objective of law and of politics, and I would add to that in this context of business, it's the welfare of the people. It shall be the supreme law, the supreme objective. And my encouragement to each and every one of us as leaders in whatever industry sector, wherever we find ourselves leading, that the ultimate goal and objective is the welfare of your people. It's the welfare of your teams. And, we've been talking about just how right now there is just an atmosphere across society which is causing real friction and polarization and enmifying. And I'm encouraging leaders, wherever you are, to be mindful of the people who are in your organization, to look out for them, to check in on them and make sure that they are okay. And I also feel I just want to encourage those who are impacted by what's going on across society, whatever the source of that might be. Find your space, find your oasis, find the spaces where you are able to be encouraged by others, where you are surrounded by those who are like-minded, who are inspirational, who are uplifting, who will be able to understand something of the challenge, but also they are the people who I believe are carriers of hope. They should be carriers of hope, because in many ways one might assume by virtue of some of the narratives that we have around us, just a woeful nihilism that has taken over, like the times are dire and they forever will be. And I was speaking yesterday to a group of people and saying, yes, these are incredibly despairing times, and yet still we must have hope. And in particular as leaders, we are carriers of hope. And so today for me, I'm filling my cup, as it were. I'm going to London town, and I'm going to attend the event hosting Barack Obama, because I want to be in those spaces and be among people who believe that if we come together and we find the common between us, the shared spaces, the intersection of where our humanity meets, I want to be in those spaces and have those conversations and just be reminded. I just want to be reminded that despite the despair, there is every reason for us to have grounded optimism, that there are people who are still committed to the welfare of the people. And so let's go again. Salus populi suprema lex Esther. And can I just say this in parenthesis as I'm heading off? That's what we're seeking to do actually through She Leads for Legacy. She Leads for Legacy in our conference on the 18th of October, Saturday the 18th of October. I'm encouraging you to be in that space. It's at Manchester Central. And we're bringing together brilliant speakers from around the nation, coming to uplift us, inspire us, encourage us to be unstoppable and to believe that we are able to overcome any challenge that we face. And so I'm encouraging you to join us on the 18th of October. But for the moment, Salus populi suprema lex Esther. I hope that's not caused too many people too much offense. Bye for now.